It is my turn on the beam. My body aches from my cold, but I had to perform in order to compete for my high school. I salute the judge and get on the beam, posing and jumping. It was time for the dreaded back handsprings. Just before, I had covered my feet in a foot of chalk, covering up all of my sweat. I swing my arms and jump back. I miss my hands. I fall back on top of the beam with a loud crash on my left thigh. The crowd gasps. I fall to the ground, knocking the wind out of me. "Mary, Mary, can you hear me?" calmly shouted my coach. I get up, but my leg is bright red, and the top layer of skin is gone. I decide I am not going to finish my routine. My teammates stood in shock, and up next on beam was Michaela. She also did back handsprings and started freaking out because she still had to throw hers. I was whisked off to the side with a large swarm of parents, coaches, and teammates, all making sure I was okay. They all were wanting to know if I was planning on completing the meet. I wiped the tears from my eyes and pushed through the group to get in line for floor. The fall off the beam would not stop me. The purpling bruise and dent in my leg would not determine if my meet would continue. I have worked hard to get where I am. I compete on floor, and the cheer from the crowds and the joy of my teammates made the whole experience fade. The bus was leaving at 2:03 to get to the track on time. Tonight's events included pole vault for Bryn and I. We both wanted to make it to regionals, and we both had a great chance. On the bus ride over, Bryn would exclaim, "Mary, if either of us deserved to qualify, it would be you. Every day you push yourself, and you are the one who's always finding new drills. I hope if anyone qualifies today, it should be you." I wanted to thank her and tell her that it should be anyone, it should be her, but sadly I did not believe that. I mumble while holding my tongue. If one of us makes it, they deserve it. We arrive early as we usually do, the air smelling sweet and pure and having just the perfect amount of wind. Today it was going to be a great day. The warm-up started, and I had the best warm-up of my life. All I could think about was how much I wanted this and how I've put lots of time and effort into pole vault. Let's hope it pays off. The jumps start, and the starting height began at 7 feet and I would not jump until 8 feet 6 inches. About 30 minutes passed before my first jump, but Bryn is before me, and she clears the height first try, and it was clean. I knocked the bar down. I never knocked down the bar on my first jump. Luckily, I have 2 more tries at this height. Bryn already is ahead of me. Clearing the bar clean is all I needed. Flinging my limp body over the balancing bar, pushing my body off of my pea shooter pole, seeing the bar almost touch my leg, my heart stops, praying that I make it over. I barely do. We continue. Bryn clears the next height, no issue. I'm already upset with myself over my first jump that I just couldn't find a way to clear the next height. It killed all of my hopes and dreams. I had lost my chance of qualifying. My heart falls. Tears slowly start sliding down my face. I'm such a disgrace to the team. Bryn's luck keeps getting better and better. She ends up having a jump off for the final spot for regionals. I really didn't want Bryn to win. She was only a freshman and the other girl was a senior. At this point, there were bobby pins all over the ground from my anger. I watched other girls knock down the bar twice before we saw Bryn clear the bar. The whole track arena got quiet. Then an uproar from the pit as our coach is screaming in joy that Bryn is moving on to the next level. My heart drops. I try to hold back the tears while choking on my own words to congratulate Bryn. Coach Richie comes over and states, "Mary, the work that you have put into pole vault has shown. Bryn only qualified because you push her. She only is so good because you are also that good. A bad day can happen, and that's okay. It's okay to cry and to show emotion, but you need to support your teammate on her wonderful accomplishments. We are proud of you and we are also proud of Bryn." Waterfalls of tears are now falling off my face. My emotions are a train wreck. We leave for the bus, and Bryn tries to tell me, "Mary, you can have gymnastics and I can have pole vault." I pretend as if I didn't hear her, and I wanted to slap her across the field, but I did tell her that I was proud of her, but she was never going to beat me ever again. We walk towards the final event, bars. We follow right behind Upper Arlington, who currently leads on the leaderboard. We had 6 girls left to compete, and we wanted to win. The blue mat's covered in chalk, the only thing stopping us from winning. Sliding my hands into my old chalky grips, "You got this," the only thing running through my mind. Cheering on my other teammates as they compete complete their bar routines that blew my mind. 3 more girls needed to compete before my turn. Butterflies entered my stomach and were flying around. The time felt like it had stopped. It is my turn. You got this, stay tight and swing big. I jump and grab the bar, allowing my hands to swivel, focusing on the ground as I stick my landing. Now it's time for the most important routine, Kat's routine. Making sure that the nerves stay down, she pulls out the best routine of her life. Feeling the pressure to win lays heavy on our shoulders. Sitting impatiently watching other gymnasts compete. Upper Arlington was on beam, which is a difficult and tough event to be last on. Trying to stay on, girls are falling and flying off the beam. The key to our win was in front of our faces. Knowing what we needed, those thoughts flew in my head. What if I didn't point my toes enough? Did I set high enough in my tumbling? All we can do now is wait and hope that all of our efforts we have put in will pay off, our coach explained. Upper Arlington won OCCs every year in the past, which drove our want over the stars. After biting our nails for hours, the time had come to find out who won. The gym went silent in anticipation. In third place, Hilliard-Davidson, second, Upper Arlington, and finally in first place, Marysville, exclaimed the announcer. Everyone screamed in joy. We won against the reigning OCC champs. The anger flew through the parents and gymnasts at Upper Arlington. The determination and dedication in the sport has finally given me an accomplishment that I am proud of.